I want you out of my store. Get out of my store. Come here. No. Get over here. Get on my conveyor belt. No, 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 no.
This is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player one.
Yeah! Yeah!
And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. Utopia. Biblical abominations. How about a little romance language? How's the weather? The movies. And American history. Player one, you're in command of the board as we continue right now. Around the Vatican, you might be able to practice this source language of all Romance languages. Player one? Good. Select again. The forecast is cloudy with a 30% chance of these, characterized by the sudden start and stop of light rainfall. Player one? Right. Player one, back to you. Olympic competition in 1900 included this type of swimming, judged on distance and time submerged. It's player one. Yes. Player one, back to you for our mountain passes speed up hot, dry air, giving this U.S. state its Santa Ana winds. Let's hear it, player one. That's correct. Player one, back to you. Of Catalan, Bulgarian, or Romanian, the one that is not a Romance language. Okay, player one. Right. Player one, back to you for our next selection. Leviticus chapter 11 says, most insects that creep or fly are an abomination, but this eighth plague is kosher. Let's hear it, player one. Nope. Sorry. Any other takers? The correct response is locusts. Player one. September 4th, 2007 was the first time that two of these, Henriette and Felix, made landfall on the same day. It's player one. Woo! Yes. Player one, choose again. High clouds may bring this type of damaging precipitation, especially to the alley for it in the Rockies. Okay, player one.
Go!
Right you are. Player one, back to you for our next selection. It's the most widely spoken Romance language in the world. Yes, player one? Yes. Player one, back to you for our next selection. Longer autumn nights let the ground cool, producing condensation, and the ground type of this. Yes, player one?
Yeah!
Player one, you pick again. Ligurian, Lombard, and Piedmontese are all dialects of this Romance language. Okay, player one? That's correct. Select again. This extinct Romance language of Croatia shares its name with a dog breed. Yes, player one? Right. Player one, back to you. The Salger, the Chernaya, the Alma, and the Dnieper are all rivers that flow through this country. Let's hear it, player one.
Yeah!
Good for you. Player one, it's the quality of being useful, or the useful knife used to cut drywall. Player one?
Pull yourself up.
That's right, way to go. Select again. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 13 declares that this bird of prey, later a symbol of Roman legions, is an abomination. Yes, player one? Right. Ewing potpourri is not mentioned, but this burning perfume is an abomination according to Isaiah chapter 1, verse 13. Yes, player one?
Yeah!
That's right, way to go. You again, player one. And so, the Daily Double. And you have here is your Daily Double clue. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 10 says, all that have not fins and bees in the seas shall be an abomination. Congratulations, you're still in first, player one. Please, in Genesis chapter 46, verse 34, every shepherd is an abomination unto this kingdom that was known as Kemet. Yes, player one? Yes, correct. Player one, choose again. An adjective meaning of an elevated region or the main type of cotton grown in the American South. It's player one. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's what we were looking for. Upland. Player one. The match is coming before the main boxing match. It's player one. Player one, back to you for our next. This famous transaction in 1803 doubled the territory of the U.S. It's player one. Yes. In the 1760s, he and Charles Mason used milestones to mark the boundary line between Maryland and Pennsylvania. It's player one. Right you are. Player one. The Watergate scandal led to the resignation of this U.S. president in 1974. Player one? You again. In the 1830s, some 4,000 members of this Indian tribe died during a forced march known as the Trail of Tears. Player one? Nice. Player one. Reconstruction refers to the period of readjustment and rebuilding after this war. Okay, player one. Please pick again, player one. Jack Palance's character is described as a saddlebag with eyes in this 1991 comedy. It's player one. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the correct response. City Slickers. Please pick again, player one. Jane Russell and Marilyn Monroe sang about being two little girls from Little Rock in this 1953 movie musical. Let's hear it, player one. Oh, that's not right. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? We're talking about Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. You again, player one. The 2003 film Pieces of April starred this actress, who had yet to meet and marry Tom Cruise. Player one? Right. Player Irene Bedard, the speaking voice of this heroine in an animated Disney film, played her mother in The New World. Let's hear it, player one. And we'll wrap up the board with this clue. In the film Music and Lyrics, Hugh Grant plays the Jeopardy theme music written by this creator of Jeopardy. Yes, player one? Good for you. Player two is in third place and will select first in the Double Jeopardy round, as we always do, right after this break. Let's see what happens in Double Jeopardy with these categories awaiting the player. Classic Kids Lit. The meaning of the prefix. U.S. city history. Movies by characters. This side of parasites. And I want to be. Where do we begin, player two? Hemi. Let's hear it, player one. That's it. Player one. One of these dancers, so I'm practicing my arabesques and pirouettes so I can perform with the Kirov. Okay, player one. Oh! One of these, from the Greek for star sailor, like John Glenn or Buzz Aldrin. Player one. Right you are. Player one of these, and deal with the health problems of vicunas, pintos, and Great Danes. Yes, player one. Woo! Yeah! Player one. One of the daily double. And you're in the lead now. The clue. Like Martin Luther King and the Dalai Lama. And be honored with this humanitarian prize given in Oslo. You have maintained your lead. Player one. This, from the Greek for straight, and make some big bucks correcting crooked teeth with braces. Let's hear it, player one. Yes. Select again. Let's take it over to Jimmy.
It was uninhabited when it was chosen as a territorial capital in 1836 and named for a president who died that year.
Player one? Yes. Select again. Indianapolis was laid out in a wheel pattern inspired by this other major city some 500 miles away. It's player one. You are correct. Player one. The second daily double. You are in the lead right now. Answer this. It was Arizona's territorial capital from 1867 to 1877, and a university was founded there in 1885. Congratulations, you're still in first, player one. Please, picking 2 months before the Declaration of Independence, the Rhode Island Independence Act was signed in this city. Okay, player one. Good for you. Select. This Missouri city wasn't named for Scott or Janice, but for the Reverend Harris G., an early settler there. Let's hear it, player one. That is correct. Player one. 2011. Gary, Mary, Kermit. Yes, player one. That's correct. Player one. 1964. President Merkin Muffley, General Buck Turgidson. Yes, player one. That is correct. Player one. 1974. Bart, Lily von Stoop, Governor William J. LePetomane. Let's hear it, player one. No, sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? It's player two. Nice.
Sissy, check out my total.
Player two, you start us off. 1995. Longshanks, Princess Isabel, Robert the Bruce.
I jumped my total up to 1.
Yes, player one. Right you are. Player one, make a selection. When a tiny parasite enters an oyster's shell, mantle cells cover it with nacre until this is formed. Okay, player one. Good for you. Player one. This plant grows as a parasite on apple tree trunks, blooms in February and March, yet still is a factor in Christmas kisses. Player one. Hey, you're right. Player one. ESI is a charity delivering nets to fight this parasite-caused disease that kills 3,000 African children a day. Okay, player one. Player one. You can bend this soft ductless organ that fights infection with parasite detection. Okay, player one.
Hey, headphone users, do you want to have a bad time? Because I know how.
To meningitis, this inflammation of the brain can result from viral infections or tiny parasites.
After it answers the question.
Okay, player one.
Open it. Open it.
You get to pick again,
Open
player
it.
one. 1984. Dr. Peter Venkman, Dr. Egon Spengler, Gozer. Let's hear it, player one. Right you are. Player one, you pick again, please.
You. Give me the cat.
This classic is the first book in Madeleine L'Engle's Time Quartet. Okay, player one.
Well, goodbye. I'm going to my room.
You are correct. Player one, fact, completes the title of a classic about an African-American family. Roll of Thunder. Player one. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? The correct response is Hear My Cry. Player one, The Black Pearl and Island of the Blue Dolphins are two classics by him. Player one. Yes. Player one, choose again. Die, as in dicephalus. Okay, player one. Good. Player one. Contra. Yes, player one. That's correct. Player one. Anti. Player one. Yes. Selecting circum. It's player one. Oh, that's not right. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player two.
Aww.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Okay, player three.
Woo! Yeah!
You got it.
Woo! Yeah!
Player three, you're in command of the board as we continue, right? This story begins, all children except one grow up. Player one. Hey, you're right. And we'll wrap up the board with this clue. In a novel by Francis Hodgson Burnett, 7-year-old Cedric Errol inherits a title and is known as Little Lord This. It's player one. That's it. Only two of you will be going on to Final Jeopardy. Sorry, player two. Time to get ready for Final Jeopardy. And today the category is this. Children's Lit. You need to select your wager. Here you are, players, the Final Jeopardy clue. This Roald Dahl book begins, these two very old people are the father and mother of Mr. Bucket. Let's see your response. And that will lose you. Let's see your response. With that correct response, you will gain. Congratulations, player one. You're the winner. We'll see you next time.